Oh. Woo! Hey, Storiers.
Write about the emotions you fear the most.
Laurie! Halse Anderson. No, I'm just saying. Oh, that's how
I guess. I don't know. So I think we probably got to start with what emotions you fear the most.
My emotions. Oh,
what,
yeah.
with the sweater on your head?
Yeah. I'm about to make this a thing. I'm about to make this a thing. Coming soon to you, Couture fashion by the Storiers. Yeah. What do I fear the most as a writer?
What emotions do you fear the most? I'm not talking about writing. I'm talking about emotions that you feel that you're uncomfortable with.
I'm not really uncomfortable with my emotions. But I think it comes from having written my whole life. You see what I'm saying? Like I agree with the quote, but part of what drew me to writing was that I could take all these things I felt and put it on page. So I kind of feel like I love the quote from that angle, that I feel like writing is something that's helped me with my emotions. So now we talk about the things I fear, but I've been writing since I was like 15. Like I have a consistent habit of putting these things that bother me in front of me. You know, so I think it's made me a little bit more stable. I think it's helped clear some of the bad stuff out of my head. So I fear something like happening to my baby that I just had. It's not like a
that's not an emotion.
But it's not an emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like my emotions, I tell you all the time about how I cry.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're comfortable while you're crying. Like I hate crying. Like I hate crying because crying makes me feel out of control. I don't know if loss is an emotion, but loss and sadness, they make me feel out of control. And so I typically respond by getting angry because...
But that's just another emotion.
It is, but it's a more... it's not one that I fear, though. Anger is not an emotion. So I actually realized at some point I've used anger my whole life to, like, basically be the bouncer for my other emotions that I don't like. But...
that's a thing that men typically do.
It's a coping
mechanism.
Yeah.
But not just men, women do it too. I shouldn't say just men.
Yeah.
Let's not point out genders here. We have no gender bias.
Anyway, I actually like writing about that stuff. I like working through that stuff on paper. I find it helpful. I find it somewhat cathartic. There's a depth there, stuff you're uncomfortable with. When you can put it on paper, it just comes off more authentic, I think, because it's something that you've thought about, you've dealt with, and whatnot. You know, people need to, like, we have to talk about stuff, and if we don't talk about stuff, there's going to be, like, if you're uncomfortable with something, probably other people are too. That allows there to be some freedom in, you know, other people being able to talk about stuff. So I can definitely appreciate that.
Like I say, I don't fear too many emotions anymore.
So this is a man that's very, very comfortable in his emotional skin.
Very comfortable in my emotional skin. And the thing about crying, I like crying. I try to tell people this all the time. It's a great release. You know what I'm saying? But the thing you got to do so you aren't crying all the time.
Here, hold on.
A tip for crying for men.
Crying tip coming up.
A tip for crying for men. The thing you got to do about crying is you have to kind of schedule it. It'll make you feel way more in control. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for instance, I have a newborn baby, so I'm very emotional right now. I felt like crying for about 6 weeks since my baby's been born, just for, like, random stuff. Not even, like, sad stuff. You know, like, good emotions, like, life's beautiful, look at the baby. Been feeling like crying. Have not cried.
Man, you got to schedule that.
But I've scheduled it.
So, yeah. Like it if you liked it. Dislike it if you disliked it.
Yes. Subscribe.
Leave some comments and subscribe and share.
Yes, share your tears.
Yeah, share them all.
As a beginner writer, definitely if there are things that if you're not used to confronting your emotions or confronting your fears and things like that, I think the best thing to do is turn to that page and just let it all out. You'll get to know yourself better.
I'm laughing at your little thing blowing in the wind.
Oh,
like,
no. I look like I'm about to.
What is
like I should
happening?
be in the desert somewhere on a camel. And I'm in front of a tractor. Like, this is what they doing on tractors now in America?